less than 40 days, Bermuda will be hosting the third largest sporting event in the world, the America's Cup. Later on, we'll be interviewing 3 of the members from the youth team, TeamBDA. These include Mustafa Ingham, Shamari Warner, and the only woman on the team, Cece Wallman.
Could you explain to us what a typical day would look like on TeamBDA?
First, we wake up before the sun. That's probably the most depressing part. But then every morning we're in the gym, 5 days a week. So gym lasts usually about an hour from 8 until 9. That consists of lifting weights or cardio or our sailing circuit that we've developed. And 9:15 we go to breakfast, and that's when we get our food in for a long day ahead. From there, we usually have a debrief. So we'll watch videos from the previous day on the water and take notes and just correct anything that needs to be corrected. And if the wind is nice, and then we set out to Darrell's Island and either do some boat work to get our boat ready to sail, or we get dressed for our sailing, and we spend anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, maybe longer, as long as possible on the water. And we usually don't finish till after like 5, 6, and just repeat. Go home, get food, and sleep.
Wow.
And sometimes shower.
Yeah. if we can
squeeze it in.
It's not priority.
You guys need to get some wipes. So do you guys stay on Darrell's Island, or do you move back
I
and
go
forth?
home, I swim home. These guys stay.
I don't stay. Darrell's Island's a lovely island, but it's not for me to stay for extended periods of time. But no, we leave our boat and our containers and all our sailing gear stays on Darrell's Island, and we go take a boat from there to a dock, and that's where we start and finish every day.
What could you say was probably the most memorable of experiences that you've had so far?
Do you want me to answer that?
Yes, please.
I don't know. There's been lots of really crazy moments. Maybe getting on the AC-45 for the first time. That was really fast and really fun, and it was completely new to me. Or, I don't know, maybe foiling on the GC for the first time, or just hopping in the knackers is even like a really memorable time. So it's all been pretty good and pretty out there sailing for me. So.
All right. Mustafa, could you explain what foiling is?
Oh boy, where's Owen when you need him? Okay. Alright, I don't know much about physics, but how I like to explain it is it's basically an airplane wing underwater, if you think about it.
Okay.
So you have lift and you have flow. So you have the water flowing over the board, and as you build up speed, you get to a point where it can lift the boat out of the water, so you angle rake for lift, just like how a plane takes off, boat comes out the water, and then you sustain the rake and sustain the flight and keep it at a decent height, or the boat at a decent height. And then you also have 2 rudders in the back that are T-foils, and they just moderate and make sure the back is balanced as well, and you can adjust the rake on that as well. But I'm pretty sure that's just foiling for dummies right there. Yeah.
So are you guys on the team, or has that been finalized?
As of right now, everybody's on the team, but there is the race committee for the Youth America's Cup have made rules this year that there's only allowed 7 people that are allowed to race. So our team will have to be cut down from 10 to 7. So that is still in the process, and but everyone is still on the team. There's just only 7 that will actually end up racing, and the rest will become support team, shore team, and possibly back up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think your love for sailing has grown since joining TeamBDA?
Yep. No, but on a real note, I don't know. I think I found a passion, to be honest. I don't know if it's the fitness side or just constantly learning and constantly evolving, or different boats. I don't know. I just always love a new challenge, like to get after it and give my best, and definitely learning a lot. But for sure, I think I enjoy the sport.
Cece, for you, since you're the only girl on the team, I'm sure a lot of little girls look up to you. What advice can you give them?
Probably that guys aren't as scary as you think they are, and just keep on.
Stop holding out.
Just keep trying hard at everything you do, and if you keep working hard and trying hard, then you'll get better, hopefully, and just keep working at it.
Do you guys have any advice for any younger boys looking up to you?
Look up to him.
Nah, don't be like me. Don't. I would just say, don't be afraid to try things. I never saw myself in this situation a year ago, 2 years ago, and it's probably one of the greatest experiences I'm ever gonna have, and I've had it to this date. So don't be afraid to try new things, and if you do, I would say give everything that you try 100%. Leave everything out there, and you never know what you'll get from it.
Is that
Exactly what he said.
What's next for you guys when the America's Cup is over? What happens if TeamBDA wins?
If TeamBDA wins, then I hope.
I give free eggs to everybody.
Yeah, just throwing free eggs in the crowd. Just. I don't know what happens next. I guess. Well, for me, after this America's Cup, Youth America's Cup, I can't race in any other Youth America's Cup because I'll be too old. I'm an old man. But I think for these guys, just I guess seeing that the program continues and that the next Youth America's Cup Bermuda has a team to defend the title. I don't know what these guys would do.
Well, Cece, what are you thinking when it's over?
Well, I have to get into university and go to university next year. I've already gotten into a school in England, so that's where I'll go in fall. And then I guess I'll continue my sailing up. I want to get into NACRA 17s, which are another smaller catamaran with my brother. So I want to continue my sailing, and hopefully this opportunity comes up again and I can try out for it again and hopefully make the team again if it comes again in 2 years.
Well, you'll definitely have an advantage, especially if you win. So I heard you guys consume a lot of food since you've been working out so much. What does your diet consist of?
Oh man, I'm actually on a diet, so I can't eat any food like that. Yeah, but we used to eat what? I used to have at least 4 eggs a day for breakfast, at least. Peanut butter, toast, milk, cereal, the whole shebang. And then I don't know, you just eat for how you're gonna work out for the day. So if you know we're gonna have a long day on the water, breakfast is probably the most important meal of the day for us and for anybody, I think. But you definitely want something to hold you over until maybe 12, and then we have a good lunch. I try to stick to just a little bit of brown rice, vegetables, and protein. And then for dinner, I don't know, depends. All depends on how the day goes.
So what about you, Cece? Being the only girl on the team, did you feel like you had to change your diet at all to match up?
Well, at the beginning we were all trying to gain weight, so I did end up eating quite a bit, but now we're all on the weight loss again, and being a driver you don't need to have too much muscle compared to the other positions on the boat, so they're trying to lose as much weight on the positions as possible. So I have been on a weight loss now, and it kind of sucks watching them eat a lot of food and me not being allowed to eat a lot of food, but it's been fine.
So are you guys taught about Bermuda sailing history?
No, not in a direct way, but I have had conversations with older people in the community who have found out that I was doing this America's Cup, and they've basically provided me with knowledge, and it's very eye-opening. I didn't know that we had such an extensive sailing background, and Bermuda really is one of the pioneers in a lot of this. So that was actually quite comforting and profound to discover. So I'm just glad that we are following in our forefathers' footsteps and bringing sailing back.
Cece, how do you think joining the team changed you?
I've gotten a lot stronger since being on the team. It's also changed how I work as a team, and it's opened my eyes to how working as a team changes you and how you really need to help others and you really need to rely on others as well as letting others rely on you. So it's been changing me in that way.
So how would you say that your popularity has grown, like when you're walking around and people are like, hey, I know you?
I mean, everyone still gives me the, oh, you're Amanda's child. So that hasn't changed at all. I mean, I was fairly well known before this, but for sure I do get a couple high fives and 8-byes when I'm running on the street for working out and just passing through certain places. The support behind TeamBDA is massive, for sure. I mean, we have a lot. Our fan base is pretty big and it goes pretty wide. From here, locally and abroad, for sure. People know about us.
Mustafa, when your grandma first told you you have to get off the couch, what were your initial thoughts?
Oh wow, why? Couch was quite comfortable. It was the heat of summer. It was air conditioning, so that was quite hard to get out and be hot and sweaty for 20 minutes, and I couldn't feel my arms after I finished.
Thanks, Team BDA. This is Cameron Young from The Written Flame signing out.